Throughout your social media marketing campaigns, you'll likely utilize a combination of organic and paid media. As we've discussed, social media is one of the best marketing channels for generating organic media. However, organic media alone might not be enough to accomplish all of your social media marketing goals. For some campaigns, you may want to implement the fifth pillar of social media marketing, paid social media. In this section, we'll discuss the benefits of paid social media. We'll look at how both organic and paid social media can benefit your campaigns, depending on your goals. And we'll discuss how to implement both into your strategy. We'll also explore different ad formats on social media and how to choose formats based on your goals. You'll learn how to reach people who have already shown interest in your business or products through remarketing techniques. And we'll also discuss how to set a paid social media budget and what different types of social media ads cost. Ready to go? Let's discuss how to fit paid social media into your social media marketing puzzle. For your marketing campaigns to be successful on social media, you may need to use a combination of both organic and paid social media. To review, organic media does not require paid promotion. Conversely, paid media is any promotion a brand pays. In this video, we'll discuss what paid social media is and how it can benefit your campaigns. Paid social media involves displaying paid ads or sponsored marketing messages on social media platforms to target a specific audience. In other words, paid social media is marketing you pay for on social media. You pay to advertise on social media platforms in order to share your content with specific audiences. By developing highly relevant advertisements or paying to boost your organic content, you can more effectively reach both new customers and returning one. Examples of paid social media include paid per click advertising, a type of advertising where you pay each time someone clicks on your ad, branded content, which is any post that is produced by a third-party product, brand, or sponsor, and influencer-generated content, which is any post created by an influencer that promotes a brand's product and services. You can identify social media ads by the sponsored or promoted tag near the post. Paid social media helps target audiences and drive sales, just as organic social media does. However, paid social media offers additional benefits as well. Paid social media is a great way to increase brand awareness. It allows you to place your ads in a prominent position in your audience's feed. This helps get your audience's attention even if they weren't searching for you or following anything related to your brand. Another benefit of placing paid ads on social media is that they can reach your audience quickly. Organic posts can sometimes take days for your audience to see due to platform algorithms, and this time can cost you leads, especially if you're running a shorter campaign. With paid social media, you can increase your posts' rank in users' feeds and therefore reduce the amount of time it takes for people to see them. You can also target your most relevant customers through paid social media. For example, you can set up campaigns to only serve ads to people in a certain age range or region. You can also create campaigns to target followers, previous customers, or people who've bounced from your website. Platforms have ad preferences that users can set so they see ads based on what they're interested in. Since you set the parameters of your ad targeting, you can ensure your ads are displayed to the people most likely to click on them. Using paid social media, you can increase your remarketing capabilities as well. Remarketing is a process of displaying paid ads to customers who have visited your website, app, or social media profile. When a social media user visits your website, you can send them remarketed ads over social media multiple times in different formats. When users see a remarketed ad, it increases the likelihood that they will purchase your product over a competitor's. For example, if a user sees a remarketed ad on their social media profile for a shirt they were already looking at on your website, then that shirt is more likely to be in their minds when they go to purchase. Paid social media can increase the success of your marketing campaigns. When used strategically, paid social media can boost brand awareness, get your message to your audience more quickly, and help you target and remarket to specific customers. We'll talk more about how to use paid social media effectively throughout this section. Up to this point, we've mostly been focusing on how to work with organic social media. However, you will probably combine organic posts with paid social media to help meet marketing goals more effectively. In this video, we'll discuss how to use paid social media to achieve specific goals. Organic and paid social media work together, and they are both important parts of a strong social media strategy. You already learned that you can use organic social media to gain new customers and followers, promote your brand, and conduct audience research. You can use paid social media to accomplish these goals as well. Paid social media can also be used to achieve some different goals. We've discussed how organic social media is ideal for nurturing connections with customers through communication and relationship building. Paid social media, on the other hand, is best for raising brand awareness, targeting specific audiences, and driving conversions. Let's talk about how you can use paid social media to help achieve these goals. Previously, you learned that you can gather data about your content's performance using analytics tools. By analyzing this data, you can identify the content that resonates most with your target audience. Then, you can use funds from your paid media budget to boost top-performing organic content so it reaches more people. For example, you can use a tool like the Promote feature in Hootsuite to select your top posts and boost them. Or you can set up automatic triggers to boost successful posts based on your criteria you select. I promoted a video I produced on the importance of taking a human-centric approach to marketing. Promoting the video helped us reach even more users and scale the impact of our content. You can also use paid social media to target your ideal customer more precisely. Using the data you've gathered about your existing customers, you can create lookalike audiences. A lookalike audience is composed of people with similar demographics and behaviors who haven't yet been introduced to your brand. For example, you might create a lookalike audience similar to customers who have purchased from you in the past 6 months. Then you can craft ads that are highly relevant to that audience. Before running an ad, you can use A/B testing to optimize it. Previously, we discussed using A/B testing to compare 2 versions of the same web page. For social media, A/B testing involves comparing 2 versions of an ad to determine which has the higher conversion rate. Social ads cost money, and you want to make sure that money is well spent. Before you devote a hefty chunk of your social media budget to an ad, you can test it with a smaller audience to see how well it performs. Using A/B testing, you can assess the strength of your ad's messaging, calls to action, copywriting, visuals, placements, and formats. You can also test your ad among different demographic groups. Based on the results of your tests, you can adjust your ad to improve its performance. A/B testing your organic posts can provide valuable insights about what content performs best. This can help you make decisions about what content you should pay to promote and what elements to include in your ads. And finally, you can remarket ads on social media to drive more conversions. Through remarketing, you can reach people who are already familiar with your business. For example, let's say a person adds a pair of jeans to their shopping cart on your website but doesn't follow through with the purchase. By nudging them with a remarketing ad for that pair of jeans or similar items in their social media feed, you may be able to move them into the conversion stage. When used strategically to achieve specific goals, paid social media can be highly effective at moving your customers through the marketing funnel. Coming up, we'll talk more about how to develop your paid social media strategy. Now that you've learned why paid social media can be such a useful component of social media marketing, it's time to plan your paid strategy and learn how to set up an ad campaign. In this video, we'll show you how to set up a campaign for an ad on Twitter. But most social media platforms will guide you through setting up a campaign in a similar way. Start with your objective. In order to get the results you'd like, it's important to clearly define the purpose of your paid campaign. Do you want to gain more followers? Get more engagement with your posts? Generate more brand awareness? Encourage your customers to sign up for something or make a purchase based on a particular offer? Setting the objective for your paid social media strategy helps guide your users to your end goal, such as an offer on your website, an email subscription form, or your social media profile itself. Goal setting also ensures that you're tracking the right metrics and KPIs associated with your campaign. When you begin setting up your ad on a platform, select your objective. Then you can build your campaign around this objective. Next, determine who your audience will be. Your paid social media campaign should be built around reaching one of your customer personas on social media. As a reminder, a customer persona represents a group of similar people in a desirable audience. Unlike with organic social media, it can get expensive to reach a wide audience with ads. Narrowing down your target audience can help you allocate your budget more effectively. You can use filters and other criteria to narrow down your audience when you're setting up your ad. You can target people by gender, age, and physical location. You can even target people according to things like keywords, interests, and events. Once you've defined your objective and audience, consider what social media platforms would best serve your campaign. You should invest in social platforms that you're familiar with and have an established audience on. If this is your first paid social media campaign, you may just want to focus on the social media platform that is currently your biggest source of leads. We'll discuss how to choose platforms for your ads later in the section. Then, define the length of your campaign. Do you want your campaign to last 1 week, 2 weeks, or a month? Set specific start and end dates for your campaign. You'll also have to set a budget for your campaign. You can start by researching the average advertising cost on that platform. Some platforms require that you spend a minimum ad budget for each ad group. If you spend a certain amount on some platforms, you may also have access to special features and the opportunity to work with platform managers to optimize your campaign and even refine your creative content and messaging. You pay for ads on social media through an auction-style format, bidding for an optimal advertising position on each platform. If you win the auction, you then pay the agreed upon amount for things like each click, view, like, or impression on that platform for your ad. We'll get into how to budget for and bid on social media ads a little later in the section. And of course, you'll need to develop and upload your campaign content or creatives. Creatives are any content that can be promoted in a campaign, such as text, images, GIFs, or videos. To develop your creatives, first familiarize yourself with the required ad specs, including dimension, sizes, and formats for different platforms. Carefully craft your call to action phrases and marketing messaging so that your ads land with your target audience. And as we've discussed previously, you may want to perform some organic testing to ensure your assets are optimized. Once your creatives are ready, upload them to the social media platform. And finally, after your ad has been approved by the platform, you can launch your campaign. Once it's launched, your ads will automatically post at the campaign start date and time you set. Just like with organic content, you can use a social media calendar to plan and publish your ads. And as you go through the initial stages of any campaign, you will likely need to do some fine-tuning to your ads to optimize their performance. We'll talk more about how best to target your paid social media in the next section. Think back to a time when you visited a company's website and looked at a product but left without making a purchase. Maybe you were still considering whether or not you wanted to buy it, or you just got distracted by something else. Then, a little later, you saw an ad for the same product on one of your social media profiles. That's remarketing in practice. To review, remarketing or retargeting displayed paid ads on target customers who have visited your website, app, or social media profile. Remarketing gives you another opportunity to reach potential leads or customers. By increasing the number of times customers see your ads, you help ensure that your brand will be in their minds when they're evaluating their purchase options. Remarketing also helps companies personalize their marketing. Rather than displaying ads to random users, remarketing targets previous visitors and creates a personalized experience for them. This can lead to more conversions. Let's talk a bit about how remarketing works. As we discussed earlier in the program, remarketing can be used with various digital marketing channels, including paid search, display, email, and social media. There are two main types of remarketing: pixel and list-based. Pixel-based remarketing sends ads automatically to the user after placing a cookie into their web browser that tracks the page and products they viewed. A cookie is a small file stored on devices that allow you to track user behavior and analyze traffic. When the user leaves your website and browses their social media profiles or other websites, ad networks like Google Ads or Facebook Ad Manager are notified to display specific ads to that user based on what they looked at previously. If you have the email addresses of potential customers, you can also use list-based remarketing to personalize the ads you send them. List-based remarketing uses lists of existing customers or visitors who have provided you with their email address and shows specific ads to them. Be sure to handle all user data you collect with care to protect users' privacy. Platforms like Google and Facebook hash all data when it's uploaded for this purpose. Hashing is a security method which turns the personal information in your email lists into randomized code. To start list-based remarketing, you'll upload your list of email contacts to the platform of your choice. Your audience will then start seeing your ads as they browse through that platform. Here are a few best practices for remarketing effectively on social media. Personalize your ads based on a specific audience. Rather than displaying ads to every user who visited your profile previously, segment audiences into interest-based groups. This allows you to personalize ads that specifically appeal to each group. To do this, you can create a custom audience in the platform of your choice, like this example from Twitter. Custom audiences allow you to create relevant remarketing campaigns to reach highly specific groups of people by uploading your own email list of existing customers and followers. You can also remarket to people who have purchased from you in the past. Almost half of the overall revenue from US online retailers come from repeat customers. For example, if someone purchased a toy from your company previously, you could remarket to them with additional offers on children's products. Make sure to limit the frequency with which specific users see your ad. This helps you avoid the risk of having a potential customer feel overwhelmed. It's also good practice to untag visitors who have followed through with a purchase. This helps ensure people don't see too many of your ads after they've already converted. Remarketing on social media can be a worthwhile use of your campaign ad funds. When tailored to your organization, audience, and marketing goals, remarketing can improve your reach and increase your conversion rates. Coming up, we'll talk more about how to craft an effective social media ad. The goals you set in your paid social media strategy, such as building brand awareness or gaining more followers, will help guide your budget. Once you know what you want to achieve, you can figure out what funding you need to help you get there. When you're new to digital marketing, you may not be the one making decisions about the funding devoted to your social media budget. Still, it's good to get a sense of which components are generally included in a budget for paid social media. This can help you consider how to best allocate resources when working on your campaigns. The social media ad budget for different companies will vary. In general, though, companies' paid social budgets are determined by their annual revenue. According to a survey conducted by Gartner, businesses on average spend around 10 to 13% of their annual revenue on marketing, and about 25% of the budget goes to paid media like search and social media. Your company may invest more or less on social media, depending on your past return on investment from social media and other marketing channels. Let's talk about what paid social media budget generally includes. First, there's your ad spend. Your ad spend is how much your company spends directly on advertisements. It's what you pay on social media platforms like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn to serve your ads. It also includes what you pay to influencers to promote your content. However, your ad spend is only part of your entire paid social media budget. There's also the expense associated with tools and technologies you'll need to launch, manage, and optimize your social media advertising campaign. Tools you might invest in include social media management software, social listening and analytics software, photo and video editing programs, stock photography and video subscriptions, and influencer marketing platforms. An influencer marketing platform is software that provides influencer discovery tools such as large searchable databases of potential influencers. It's helpful to experiment with free tools before investing in paid ones. Even if you don't plan to spend money on tools, it's a good idea to set aside some of your budget for unexpected costs. When considering your company's paid social media costs, you'll also need to think about how you'll create content. Even if you're handling some of the content development internally, you may still need to pay for things like photography, graphic design, video development, including talent and production costs, and copywriting. Next, there's a cost of management. Management tasks include things like strategy, content planning and publishing, social listening, engagement, and analytics and reporting. In some cases, a company may partner with a digital marketing agency to help manage these types of tasks. Keep in mind, even if many of these tasks are completed by your internal team, there may still be associated costs that apply to your social advertising budget. Paid social media budgets generally include not just ad spend, but also the cost of tools, content creation, and any management-related expenses. When you understand what needs to be accounted for in a paid social media budget, you can make decisions that will allow you to stretch that budget further. Coming up, we'll talk about how bidding on social media ads work. Once you've established a budget for a given social media ad campaign, you can determine how much to bid on your ad in that campaign. As we discussed earlier, most social media ads are sold in an auction format. You set a maximum bid for a target result, such as click or a number of impressions, or a maximum budget per day. The outcome of the auction tells the platform how much you will pay for your ad to be served to your target audience. When you set up an ad campaign on a given platform, you will select a bidding strategy. A bidding strategy tells how much you will pay for each user action related to an ad. Your bidding strategy will depend on the goal of your ad campaign, your advertising budget, and other factors such as market research. There are dozens of bidding strategies for ads on social media, and these vary from platform to platform. However, here are some of the most common ones, how they work, and their advantages. CPC, or cost per click, is the amount you pay when someone clicks on your ad. A click means that someone read your ad, thought it was of interest, and clicked on it to learn more. A primary advantage of cost per click is that it's cost effective. You pay only when someone actually clicks on your banner or link. CPC is a great strategy when you want to drive traffic to your website. Next, there's CPA, or cost per action. CPA is the amount you pay when someone completes a desired action. This is also sometimes known as cost per acquisition. With CPA, the focus is on what a person does after they've clicked on your ad, such as signing up for a newsletter, watching a video, requesting a callback, making an actual purchase, or taking any other specified action. You pay every time this action takes place. Unlike other marketing methods where you pay for ads with no guarantee of sales, CPA costs nothing upfront. Your ads will be shown no matter what your CPA bid is set at, and you only pay when someone completes a specified action. The platform will serve your ads to the people most likely to complete the action you have set. CPA is an ideal strategy if your main goal are to increase conversion and generate revenue. CPA also allows you to compare your ads' performance across platforms. And then there's CPM. CPM, or cost per 1,000 impressions, is the amount you pay for every 1,000 impressions an ad receives. As a reminder, an impression is when a piece of content is displayed to your target audience. CPM charges you whenever your ad is viewed 1,000 times. CPM is ideal for social media campaigns that focus on raising brand awareness, delivering specific messages, and increasing engagement. When all you want to do is maximize your visibility, click-through rates and conversion rates are not as essential. Just like with many of the other strategic decisions you will make related to your social media marketing campaigns, your choice of a bidding strategy will depend on your goals. Fortunately, when you create your ad, most platforms will provide a recommended bid based on your stated goal. And by analyzing data related to a specific ad's performance, you can adjust your bidding strategies for future campaigns. You've almost reached the end of this section. In a bit, we'll review what you've learned about paid social media campaigns.
Congratulations on finishing this video from the Google Digital Marketing and E-commerce certificate. Access the full experience on Coursera, including job search help, and start earning the official certificate by clicking the icon or the link in the description. Watch the next video in the course by clicking here, and subscribe to our channel for more lessons from Google Career Certificate.